Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Hey guys, I'm here with the Blitz, and first a huge shout out to Jason at eWheels for providing me this wheel to test and have fun with, and I'm doing both. Today I'm bringing you a little bit of a treat. If you happen to have a Blitz or you have one coming, I got some firmware updates for you. Now, this firmware is not released. It's some test firmware. I'll put a link in the description of the firmware that you can get from there's a test folder in the app. And the only thing with that is there's various versions of test software out there for different people. So if you get one set, you're going to lose features from another set. Basically, it's just test firmware for people to test various features, and eventually it'll be rolled into the formal firmware. So you can just wait for what I'm about to describe to be rolled out to the formal version. I'm running a version of, I'm running the latest BMS firmware, and I don't know if that's actually released. The one that came with the wheel didn't allow me to charge to 20 amps, but now I can actually charge to 20 amps. I think you can actually charge maybe 21 amps from what Roger tried, but I can charge in 20 amps on this wheel. And the second bit of firmware that I'm running has some goodies, and these are compliments of someone who doesn't want to be named, but I worked with him to work with Begode to get these things implemented. I think they're pretty cool. Some of you might not like all of them. I don't know, but we'll see. And they basically has to do with the lights and in the LED panel here. And it's not, some of it's settable actually from without using the app, but at first I'm going to go through the app with you to demonstrate in these kind of dark conditions so you can see the light best. Now first, I want to point out that there's the default Blitz has two modes for these RGB lights in the back. These lights are not RGB. You cannot adjust the colors. That's fixed. But these can be adjusted, and out of the box you have two colors. You have a red, which I kind of like, and it's a pulsating red, and then you have this kind of a spectrum color. Let me pull up the app real quick, and I will show you those two. This is the default when it comes out of the box. It's like this, and actually when you it's kind of pulsating, but actually when you're riding, the speed of the pulses changes to match how fast you're riding. So that's kind of cool. And let me pull up the app in your display so you can see what I'm doing. Here's the main settings menu in your Begode app, and if I click the LED settings, you'll see that there are actually 10 settings. With this new firmware, I got them to add additional light modes. So again, I'm going to go to LED 0. You see you get the red, pulsating red, and this does not, I'm trying to remember, I don't think this changes with the speed of the wheel, but don't hold me to that. We've already seen LED 1, which is the default. Now if I go to 2, it's just a little different. It's brighter. It would be cool if they allowed you to really configure these, to just go wild like you can on a Kingsong wheel. But this is better than nothing. Here's LED 3. So this is a pulsating blue, and the blue is tuned to match the blue on your front display, which is kind of cool. LED 4 is again another variation. I haven't studied this. It kind of looks like it might be the same as the default. LED 5, which I kind of like this one, where it's just and this does not change based on how fast you're riding. It just does that all the time, as best I can tell. But I think it looks. I kind of like that one. LED 6, another one, but a different color. But that's I guess it's a purple, pink, something like that. And the last one is off. You can turn this off and you can turn this off. Pretty cool, right? So if you want to go stealth mode, only thing you can't turn off the running daylight running light, but that's pretty subtle. I think that is cool. So I'm going to go back to the one I like. All right, so that's pretty cool. Now, if you notice there's an LED 8 and LED 9. Let me change the view on the camera to show you what those do. The front display, you've got the speed, of course, the distance. I have 377 miles on this guy. Mode 2, medium, I like to ride right now. Temperature 30 degrees Celsius, and the battery voltage 128.4 volts. It'd be cool if I think it's really cool that you get the voltage, but sometimes it's kind of nice just to deal with percentages, because then you don't have to do any mental math to figure out how much battery you have left. Well, therein lies LEDs 8 and 9. If I select LED 8, voila, 91%. And by the way, when you change the LED 8 and 9, it has no effect on your selection for your RGB lights. And if I click LED 9, goes back to voltage. Cool. So now I can probably just leave it on percent. I kind of like that, so I can just glance down and have a good sense of where I'm at. I can always pull up the app if I need to see the voltage. It's getting pretty dark. I don't know if you can see me, but hopefully you can see the wheel. Now, if you want to go stealth mode, where you want to turn off the RGB lights and these front lights, but you don't want to use the app, reach in and press and hold the lift button for a couple seconds. You are now in stealth mode. Pretty cool, right? Another feature that I had them bring back was the flashing headlight. I'm trying to remember which wheel. It might have been the Falcon that they decided to eliminate the flashing, but also it's no longer in this wheel, but it's coming back. I think personally that it's a important safety feature. Whenever I'm riding in the daylight, if I have the ability to have a flashing headlight, I have it on, because it just makes you more visible to oncoming traffic or people who might pull out in front of you. More visibility is better in my book. So just like in the old days with the gold wheels, Gotway wheels, just press the button, the power button once to turn on the headlight, press it again, and now you've got the flashing. And now the next feature along with the pressing of the buttons is when you turn it off, the LED pattern changes. So you can cycle through all 8 LED patterns by just continually pressing the lift button, as I'm doing right now. You can see them changing. Okay, well, again, forgive me for the lighting, but I think that these lighting conditions are perfect for showing off these new LED features. Again, expect this to be rolled out at some point in the official release. I will put a note in the description, hopefully, that will point you to the actual firmware that I'm running here. But again, if you're running one of the other test firmwares, you'll lose all your updates when you switch to my firmware. Okay guys, I hope you found this video useful, and until next time, safe blitzing.